parents cook growing up?
Yeah, every day. My dad cooked more than my mom.
Dang.
But he liked cooking. He'll be watching Emerald. Bam!
Yep.
Wait, what?
I talked to my sister about this. What is black people's affiliation with Emerald? Like, why do black people love Emerald?
We loved them, bro.
What is Emerald?
It's a stone.
Dang. What?
Oh, the stone.
Boo.
What is going on?
Emerald Lagasse.
Bam!
I've never seen that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just
Bruh.
throws my theory away. Dang.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've never watched Food Network?
Yeah, but never seen.
I didn't have cable.
Emerald
Emerald
is
had Food
huge.
Network on lock.
Who is
started watching
Emerald?
Food Network when I was grown.
He's a chef.
He's like an Italian. He's an Italian white dude. He was on Food Network. He was known for whenever he threw seasonings on anything, he just go bam.
He's like, put
Boy,
some
I
salt.
don't-
Bam!
I don't know who y'all. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is the first time you hearing.
Yeah, I don't know who y'all
This
talking
man-
about.
Man, do your research, man. Let's start the pod.
No.
No, nothing. His name is Emerald.
Are y'all putting a D that's not there?
Emerald?
Is it Emerald?
Emerald.
Does it matter? Do you know who Emerald is?
That's Emerald. That's Emerald, not Emerald.
Oh, the D was. The D was going out. Oh, Emerald.
Shut up. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Soundboard Podcast. It is your main man Dante, and I'm here with these Emerald lovers.
Bam!
This guy,
This is Coop.
What's up with it? It's your boy JJ.
And Big KJB.
this man Coop tried to take my black card because I didn't know who a white man was.
You needed to know. He's a part of the culture.
How is he a part of the
Definitely
culture?
Yeah. When do you think black people start seasoning?
Boy, black people seasoning. Wait, hold on. See, because you talking for cut your mic off. Hey guys, this is the Soundboard Podcast. Shut up! Hey guys, this is the Soundboard Podcast. This is the Soundboard Podcast where we come together every week to ask the important questions like, who is Emerald? Am I tripping? Or is it me? Basically, we have been a part of each other's soundboard for over 10 years, and
Yes,
now we
sir.
are bringing you into the conversations that we have every week, and you are now a part of our soundboard as well. Welcome to the show. So, fellas, what is going on with y'all?
Your boy been chilling, maxing out, trying to enjoy the sun before it leaves for winter.
The sun.
Boy, we don't get no winter in Texas.
Really?
Next year.
The sun is still here though.
It's not gonna be out. It's gonna be cloudy.
Boy, what
Can't
is-
really. All right, bro. You act like a winter storm didn't hit us last.
That was in like
That was
January.
This year. That was this year. It happens.
Okay. So you trying to get sun.
Yeah, I got some sun. Went to a pool party at one of our friend's house. So
You still look the same though.
Oh, you know what? It was actually kind of cloudy yesterday.
I'm trying to get
It looked at his arms.
It already started.
I'm trying to get some sun. You look exactly the same.
It already started, bro. I'm a little
He probably just wasn't out there long enough.
You look
Yeah.
exactly the same, Coop.
for now. It's gonna change. It's gonna change. But I realized that I'm getting older because I had the smart idea to try to play chicken.
In the pool.
I was like, you know what, y'all? We should play chicken.
Bro, I don't know how long it's been since I played chicken.
What?
Don't do it.
Yeah, I don't.
First of all, everybody's
Do you know what
bigger
chicken
now.
is?
No, I'm confused.
Don't you know what chicken
They don't
is?
play chicken in Oak Cliff?
I don't know what y'all talking about.
What pool?
Oh, don't do that. We had a community YMCA pool,
Sounds nice.
but the water wasn't filled all the way. You could only
It was
it only
halfway.
went up to like 2 feet.
For safety or what?
I don't know if that's all we could afford or what. It just went up 2 feet. So please tell me about the chicken.
So there's
thing.
2 ways to play chicken.
Okay.
You can play chicken in the pool or you can play chicken on monkey bars.
Okay, so what
on
do you
monkey
do?
bars, you climb to the middle and you try to throw each other off.
You like fight?
You're fighting with your
Oh yeah, we
legs.
used to do that.
That's chicken.
I
In
know
the
that's
pool, you get a girl on
And put on your
or whatever you want
on your shoulder.
on your shoulder.
And y'all fight.
And they fight.
Oh, okay.
And whoever knocks him off and knocks him into the
I didn't know
pool.
there was a name for that.
Right, but I haven't played chicken since I was like 22. I'm now 32.
Okay. So Key was on your shoulder.
He was on my shoulders, and first we challenged this couple. We're like, hey, let's play chicken. And they're like, no, I don't think I want to play. So then the fitness couple, of course. Of course. Oh, God, what did we sign up for? So,
Nah, y'all want to play chicken? Let's play chicken.
Y'all challenge the non-fitness couple.
and we were
Right.
talking, we're like, let's play chicken. And they're like, no. And then the other couple heard us and like, oh, yeah, let's play chicken. I was like, oh, God.
Is that why Key had a black eye?
Bro, chill out. That had nothing to do with chicken. It did have something to do with chicken, but not that chicken.
Wait.
Jokes. This is jokes.
Key did not have a black eye.
This is for entertainment.
Entertainment purposes.
Now, what are people talking about this podcast been off the rails for the last couple episodes? So y'all get prepared to play the game.
And Key's a soldier, bro. I salute her, bro, because that other
She
chick,
was fighting to the
she was
death.
like a CrossFit woman. You know what I'm saying? But Key was fighting. But as the base, I'm getting waterboarded.
struggling to breathe.
What level was the water? Like how y'all was playing in like the 8 feet or something?
They,
What?
they,
Damn. It was probably like
Boy, they definitely didn't have no pool
The
around
Marines.
Everybody stand up at 8
Okay,
feet.
like 3 feet.
no, the water's like 5 feet.
Okay, 5 feet.
Yeah, so
It might
you
have to
couldn't
be
play.
3. Yeah, it might have to be
Told you that. I'm 5'6".
But it was 5 feet, bro. But I'm getting waterboarded and Key's fighting. That girl is tossing us back and forth. But I was like, Key, I have to go.
You just left her?
Step out, step out.
We lost. So I just dipped myself in the water. I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. My neck has been hurting, bro.
You gave up. Was Key ready to give up?
Yeah, she was like, I'm glad that you quit. Key wasn't gonna quit. I said, I'll do it.
You know, Key a fighter.
She's
Sometimes
a
you gotta just fight to the
fighter.
end.
And the worst part is we can't get our revenge because this couple, they're moving to, I think, Maryland.
No, y'all just gotta make a trip.
That's what I said. I said, you're going to be at your daughter's pool party for her birthday or something. We're just going to show up.
It's time.
It's
this
time.
just made me think of like Kill Bill
Yeah.
when she was just showing up trying to get everybody.
That's exactly.
She was showing up trying to get revenge on everybody.
That's exactly what's going to happen. We're just going to train, spend more time in the water.
They're gonna be in the tub upstairs.
It's gonna be, you seen that Ali picture when he's working out under the
Under the water.
Yeah. That's going to be us, bro. But what's up with y'all, man?
Man, let me tell you, I took a trip to New York for a wedding.
Yeah,
Hey.
you did.
Like we ain't been doing this all year.
Right. Another
there.
wedding.
another wedding, another trip to New York. But it was this time my first time being in Long Island. I never been
okay.
to Long Island before, so it was pretty cool, man. Weather was dope. Weather was really nice. But we went for this wedding, and this wedding was an experience. It was nice, bro.
Extravagant.
It was extravagant. It was really well put together. I like thoroughly enjoyed myself. Not to say I didn't enjoy myself at y'all wedding either.
Yeah, because you trying to throw some shade.
No, it wasn't no shade. You wasn't no shade. It was just different, you know. But it was.
Are you trying to say there's levels to weddings?
Right.
You know, I thought there weren't until I went to this one, and then I said, "Oh yeah, it's levels to this." And so, yeah, it was just an experience, bro. Like the ceremony was really nice. The reception was extremely nice. I got confused. I thought, you know, at the cocktail hour, I thought that was our dinner. I didn't know that we were going to actually have a dinner on top of the dinner that was
Also,
served.
they
at
were
cocktail
serving
hour.
like real food at the cocktail
bro,
hour.
it was
That must be nice.
It was like,
Can't y'all see JJ?
Hey.
Can't y'all see JJ turn that food up and sir, save some for dinner?
Hey,
He's like,
I had to-
this is dinner.
I had to ask. I had to be that person to ask because I was confused. I was like, I'm about to go in because there's a lot of food here. They had a lot of options. And then it wasn't just like hors d'oeuvre type food. Like they had like pasta and
This
all
is
kind of.
for the appetizer? Pasta?
Yes, this is
Nah,
all.
y'all gonna get
this
this
is all
shit-
for the cocktail hour.
Y'all gonna
This
get
is
this
before the
charcuterie
reception
board.
starts.
Y'all gonna get this charcuterie board.
And then even going into the reception was immaculate. So it was just really, really, really nice, really well done. But you know, it was a couple of people that was at our table that was also going to be at our wedding. I said I had to set the expectation. Hey y'all,
It's gonna be a little different.
No, you gotta be like, this is a little bit too much for me. I like simple weddings.
You gotta talk it down like, oh, this was kind of a lot. I don't feel like it's really just,
overwhelmed. Sensory overload.
I feel like as long as it's really just me.
Are they
and-
overcompensating? Start dissing, sneak dissing them.
Nah, but it was just a really, really, really nice wedding, a really nice experience. And I mean, they had a lot of people too. They had a lot of family, so it was just a dope experience all together. So yeah, had a great time. Had a great time.
Did it make you rethink anything in your wedding? Did you get any ideas? You're like, you know what? I do like
We
that.
should do that.
Yeah, I did. We kind of talked through some things, but we already pretty much have our plan set. So we good to go.
How far away are we from the wedding?
18 days.
18 days. That's what my calendar says. 18 days. I got the suit ready, boy.
Yes, sir.
Feet check.
Feet is doing good.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
cold.
Not cold.
Okay. Alaska, Hawaii, where you at?
I'm walking on coals.
Oh,
Oh,
that boy hot footed. Well, at this point, you don't spend all the
dangerous.
you don't spend all the money now.
Facts. All the,
We got to go through with this.
yeah. We. Collective. Remember that we.
Nah, that's
What
dope,
about you, bro?
So I actually went to New York right after that. So you left New York. I went into New York for training for work, man, and it just made me realize I'm not cut out for the East Coast.
No?
No, sir.
Is it the
was-
city or just the coast?
It was one. I'm not gonna lie. There was a you know what? I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to make my East Coasters mad.
No,
but
say it. Speak your mind,
There
brother.
was
It's
just
just
a,
us.
there was just a there was
Nobody
a,
listens to this.
there was just a tinge of piss smell that just bothered me the whole
Not the
time.
city being stinky.
It lingered the whole trip.
It was so, and there was just in main parts like the subway. So like,
Oh, yeah.
I got on the subway for one stop. Y'all know I'm a germaphobe, so we were.
I should have taken an Uber then.
No, I was taking Ubers most of the time, but I felt like I couldn't go to New York without saying I got on the subway. So I took one stop, had my mask on, dang near bathed in Germ-X after. But I did want to do it just to say that I did it, like just say I did it. But yeah, bro, it made me realize I don't think I'm cut out for it. The days that I was up there, for the most part, it rained every day, like nonstop, and it wasn't hard rain, but it was just like. Just rain, like continuous rain the whole time. And it was just funny to me to see people like walking in the rain unfazed.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Like unfazed, bro, just walking, because New York is a city, everybody's walking everywhere.
It was the same way for me when I was in Boston.
Yeah, bro.
For snow.
Yeah, they just walking in it
around
like
like it's
normal.
Like it was nothing.
No umbrella, no jackets. It's almost like they tried to overcompensate by looking super cool, by looking like, oh, it's just a little bit of rain. But I was like, nah, this is too much. And my shirt was I couldn't get past the front of my shirt being wet the whole time.
Did you not have an umbrella?
I did. I had an umbrella and a jacket, but it's like the wind was coming sideways. I didn't know. I just didn't know what to do. But I went up there. I went up there for training.
I wish I could have seen you.
Bro, I was struggling, bro. But I had some great food up there, bro. We sat at a Greek restaurant, had some food. I went to this place called The Smith that had some really, really good food. And I ain't gonna lie, it ain't the South. But the food in New York wasn't bad.
There were a lot of vegan options out there, right?
Yeah, so everywhere we went, they actually had vegan options, surprisingly. And I was there primarily for training for work. And so that was cool. I ended up winning MVP for the training. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. Why.
If you didn't ring that bell, I was gonna say you was a hater.
He's not a humble winner.
I ended up winning MVP, man, because when people meet your boy, it's just hard for them to not.
Did they take a
be
picture of you?
impacted. I did.
Are they gonna put it on the cover of their?
I don't know. They actually told me I need
We're
to come
a diverse
back.
company.
They was like, they were like, you need to come hang out in New York more. And I was like, yeah, don't see myself living here. But it was really, really dope. For those of you who do not know, I work for a media music company. And it was dope because we got to tour the studio, so I got to see where like Sway in the Morning record their show, and like
Sway's in New York.
Sway's in New York.
I did not know that.
Yeah, yeah, and he's on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
I got to see their studios and where he records and where a lot of our shows record. So it was really, really dope, bro. But yeah, I don't think I'm moving.
I thought I was gonna see you on Breakfast Club.
Hey, bro, man.
Next year.
Hey, bro, they was trying to get your boy to stay in New York. I was like, I don't know. And it was just almost like, it just almost was like nostalgic because at one point I was going to go to school in New York.
Oh, really? Where were you going
to Pace University. So I met a
Did
girl.
you get accepted?
I did. Got accepted there.
Challenge you, boy. He owned it.
You see it?
Yeah, boy.
But I got accepted to Pace University. Was gonna go. It's a long story.
I'm glad you didn't.
Why I didn't go. I'm actually glad I didn't.
I would have never met you.
We wouldn't have never met. And I think I made the right decision.
You'll never know. Sounds good though.
Yeah, man. So that's me, man. New York.
What's up with you, Justin?
I'm a punch Coop in his face, bro.
I guess we was all jet setting because I was in Atlanta.
Oh, that boy,
Atlanta.
We went up to the East Coast. That boy went down to the South.
Still East Coast.
Did you take the wife with you?
It's just the South of me.
It's the South and East Coast.
No, so actually,
Oh, you went solo.
no, it was me and Lex.
Oh, okay.
We went to go see my sister, so her aunt. So we wanted to go spend some time in Atlanta. I enjoyed myself. Atlanta. We had stopped in Atlanta last time we went to Chattanooga, and I got a little snippet of it. We breezed through it, but even being in the airport gave us a little snippet.
Your little glimpse.
Was the airport the worst part of Atlanta or what?
I don't say it's the worst part. Going back to it again, I really appreciate the blackness of the city.
Take it off.
In the beginning,
Jacket on. Take it off.
in the beginning, we joked about not knowing who actually worked at the airport versus the regular patrons.
Everybody's
but
in tall tees.
yes,
Who works
everybody tall tees, dreads.
You see D4L everywhere.
That was uniform. But as you started to move around the city, like I started to realize like how culturally relevant it is, like to have like a black city type thing.
Yep.
So while we're out there, one of the main things we did, we went to there's like the downtown Atlanta, which is huge.
Yeah,
it's like
it is.
multiple downtowns.
Yeah.
I thought Dallas was doing something, but Atlanta kind of got
Oh
it.
yeah, I never been to Atlanta like that.
Yeah.
Black people go to Atlanta one time. All of a sudden, it's the city.
Everybody want to move to Atlanta.
Everybody, all of a sudden, down Atlanta is just everything. Calm down.
But like in the middle of the downtown, there's like this little square where they have like the stadium. They also have the aquarium, the Coca-Cola Museum, and then the Civil Rights Museum. So we hit that whole like block. We spent the whole day doing that. The aquarium was cool. That was more for me. I love water and aquatics.
We know.
You know, AJC, a damn mermaid.
This could have been me.
But the Coca-Cola Museum was cool too. So I don't know if anyone's been before, but they had at the end of the tour, you get to try all the different like Coke products.
With cocaine in it?
No, without cocaine. Minus the cocaine.
Y'all know they used to put it in there.
That's not part of the tour.
Is that a true story?
Yes.
Yes, that's true.
That's facts.
They used to put cocaine in it.
Do your Googles.
It wasn't in the vault.
You like
That's
your
all I'm
bullet
saying. But yeah, so at the end we got to try all the different type of Coca-Cola products, and it's wild. Like filling up on soda is not a pleasurable experience. We had to go through that.
that boy liver starts shutting down.
They're supposed to give you samples.
We took a lot of samples.
They had that McDonald's Coca-Cola.
Did you get like the classic glass or what?
You could have bought one type
Okay.
thing, but literally there was like 6 different stations of all different flavors, and you had unlimited cups, so you just kept on going.
What other Coca-Cola do they have?
It's like I mean,
I know they got cherry, right?
no,
It's
so
Coke
it's a Coca-Cola
products.
umbrella. So like
Oh,
everything
okay.
that falls under Coca-Cola.
This fool talking about
Cherry Coke.
vanilla
No,
Coke.
because I thought they had
Zero.
out there. What you call it? Because I ain't gonna lie, bro.
This million is it million or billion?
That's a
Probably
billion.
$1 billion
Yeah.
brand.
Well, because no, the reason I say that is because I hate a place that got Pepsi products.
Taco Bell.
Like, do y'all have a Sprite? No, but we have Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I don't want
that.
that.
Not the same. Oh, I'm gonna test y'all's black card here. Did y'all's parents have the Coca-Cola piggy bank?
Oh yeah, for sure had that.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, for
I
sure
don't-
had that.
It was a Coca-Cola byproduct of it, but not a direct Coca-Cola one. So
You had the
What is it?
Mr. Pibb or something? Not Mr. Pibb. What is it called? The knockoff.
I don't know what y'all talking about.
It's called Cola.
Yeah, it's something called.
yeah, it wasn't official Coke.
But the Cola bank.
So you went to the Atlanta. Did
Oh,
you
yeah,
see
yeah.
Tyler Perry?
I did not.
Did you go to the studio?
Nah, so like since it was so big, I was only out there for like a little over 24 hours. So
Okay.
we really just kind of
Dang,
went
y'all
around
did a lot in
downtown.
24 hours.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to the Trap Museum. We ended up going to this chicken shop called the Bando, which was all I needed to know for the
Bando.
Yes, it was like a Trap Museum esque chicken spot. So
Was
the
it
windows
good?
were boarded up. they had like
On purpose.
yeah.
Oh,
It's for the aesthetic.
There was definitely a laundromat next to it, so it's not. It's a little outside of down south.
That's where they clean the money.
Hey, whatever it is,
The laundry spot.
how was the chicken?
chicken was on fire. It was legit. And they get into their business principle. They have like certain hours where they only run like just chicken. So we ordered chicken. We got our chicken in 2 minutes.
Oh, nice.
They just dropping chicken. Like we know you want it, we got you type thing. So it was cool.
That's
and then
lit.
the last thing we did was a civil rights museum. So that's always an interesting experience.
Not y'all starting at the bando, ending at the Civil Rights Museum. Gotta end on a high. This is where we've come.
It wasn't a high.
It was a bad. It wasn't good.
Civil rights museums are always hard for me because when you go, of course, it's open to everybody.
Right.
So we're walking through it, and you have a lot of people who don't look like us who are
Right.
coming to be, I guess, educated.
Right.
So they're asking questions or they're making remarks about things that are very
Sensitive?
Sensitive, yes.
I don't like that.
I don't like that either. So I'm trying to inform Alexia about stuff, and in the back of my ear, I can hear them talking to their counterparts about a whole different story, like trying to tell a different version of it.
What
Oh,
kind of
you
version?
have an example?
Yeah, what kind of version they
So
trying to
I
tell?
mean, also with being in Atlanta, it's heavy MLK Center because I mean that's
Right.
we went to his house, the birthplace of MLK,
Right.
and all that. All that is historical district. But like they even had like the Jim Crow laws in there type thing, and they have them all listed out. So there's
I'm
one
sick.
way you can talk about Jim Crow laws about like okay, like hey, they had to be separate. Like there's a white wall and there's a colored wall. But if you read the Jim Crow laws, it's like oh no, it was illegal for white people to do anything within 20 meters of black people type thing. Like this also, we're just showing the videos of them like releasing the dogs on people and stuff.
Yeah.
So there was a comment like correlating to like, okay, like, you know how there was a struggle in like the movie The Help? Like this is kind of what this is talking about. And it's like, no, there's a video right here of them releasing dogs on people, spraying fire hoses on people. Because there's a list of rules here that say it is illegal to do
Right.
things with black people. You can't sugarcoat this.
Right.
If you're gonna be in this museum, tell the history right.
Right. How you trying to change the history in the history
In the
museum?
history
That's what
museum.
they do.
Well, you know what? Because all this stuff on the walls is wrong.
And that's why they're taking it out of the books.
That's exactly. Ugh.
Yeah, bro, that's rough. I remember when we went to the Washington D.C.
Boy.
Oh, yeah,
we went to
yeah.
the D.C. Museum, and you reached the top. I mean, you reached like the middle, and that's where they talked about like lynching, and they got like the graphic photos.
They had the
Emmett-
casket of
Emmett
Emmett
Till.
Till.
Yeah,
So,
and so
Let's not forget that we had to go down to the basement.
we did. We started in
to the
slaves.
ships of slaves. Yeah.
Yeah, like
And that was
chains
emotional, bro.
clanging,
Bro, hella emotional.
Emotional. So you literally I'm emotional the whole time, and so I'm looking at the little lynching photos, and I'm just like, dang, bro, this is a lot. And this woman next to me, not colored, and she was like,
She wasn't a Negro.
she was like, oh my gosh, this is just so bad. And I'm like, y'all did it! Y'all did it! So it's just, it was like, I can understand how that could be a lot. But overall, it sounds like Atlanta.
Oh yeah, definitely enjoyed it.
How did the museum compare to DC's?
No,
Have you been to-
DC is like 6 floors. This one was only like 2.
And
Oh,
we
okay.
rushed DC.
I didn't
Yeah.
finish DC. I
DC
feel
is
bad.
a lot. You have to prepare yourself.
You
for
gotta
DC.
go 2 days for that.
Yeah.
I literally could have stayed at the bottom floor of DC the whole
Yeah,
day.
we were rushing because we were trying to go up and
Trying to
finish.
get to lighter news.
What do we accomplish?
Where's LeBron James?
Yeah, we didn't get brought to like 5th floor.
Bro, we got up there. We was like a reprieve. Oh my god. Yeah, bro. But that's dope, man. Every time I go to Atlanta, I'm like, wow, I love Atlanta.
It's a historical city.
Yeah, did y'all
That's a
get
lot.
to? Oh well, you had Lexi with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's not.
You didn't get to go to no brunch spots.
Brunch.
You didn't get to go to no brunch spots. So that's dope. Man, I want to ask y'all a question, bro.
What's up?
And I want y'all to tell me if I'm tripping. Okay. So I was having a conversation with my homeboy, and we were just talking about his relationship. He has been in the relationship for a couple years now. And when we last spoke, he said, yo, I'm going to propose. Like, I'm going to propose soon. That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
He since had some life things happen. He kind of transitioned to a new job. It took him to a whole nother state. And now his girl is preparing to move to the state with him. And I was like, hey, bro, like, what's going on with the engagement? I was like, what's going on with the engagement? And he was like, yeah, man, I mean, we ain't really worried about it right now. We kind of just chilling on it. And I was like, well, bro, that's kind of like a big deal, like that she's moving with you. And he was like, I don't necessarily think it's that much of a big deal. He was like, I don't really know. Like, it ain't really that big of a deal. And I was like, but bro, she's uprooting her life. And I hate when things like this happen because I feel like I'll be just trying to drill down into the point. And people, he was like, I mean, bro, if it's cool. Like, if it work, it work. I'm like, nah, bro, she's uprooting her life to come move to where you are. And y'all aren't gonna have family or friends around. Like, ideally,
so
that's a big moment, right?
Do you not like how how relaxed he is about the situation?
Yeah, I guess in my mind I was like, bro, this is like a big moment for y'all. And he was just like, no, it's not.
What makes it a big moment?
I think it's like a step, like a huge step in their relationship that now they're going to be moving together. She's, like I said, she's uprooting her life. They're going to be in a new city together. And I'm just like, wow, bro, like that's big to me. But it just made me kind of feel like I be putting the gravity on stuff.
Yes.
You putting 100 on 10.
That other people just not on.
Who hurt you?
Why are you trying to put the pressure on him? If he's like, he's handling, he's like, okay, yeah, it's happening.
Because, bro, I was like, hey, man, if she, you know what I'm saying, she moving to the city, you want to, don't you want to give her that ring? So
I'm saying, but like, what if it didn't work out? Isn't that the best case scenario?
That they weren't engaged.
Yeah.
I guess it would be. Would y'all like move to a new city without
For a woman?
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, like would you move to a new city if there is no type of kind of solidified in a relationship? The reason I ask is because Olivia was very vocal to me when I lived in Houston and she lived in Dallas that she was like, yo, I don't mind moving to Houston, but I'm not moving to Houston unless we are engaged.
Right.
Like, she was like, I'm not moving for a boyfriend. I'm
needed
moving.
that title.
Yeah, she was like, I'm moving for somebody who's going to be my husband.
She's also a woman of high responsibilities and also
That's true.
obligations.
There was a
I think that's
child.
something that
Yeah,
really
there was a child in
factors into this.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I wouldn't, because even like with Key, when she was trying to get into PA school, she had got accepted out of state first, right? And I was like, well,
Well, babes, it's been a fun ride.
It's been cool, man. I really enjoyed your company this last couple of years.
Why is that? Because you didn't want to do long distance?
No, I've seen long distance relationships. It's not something that I think you put your life on pause because you're not really experiencing life to the fullest
Because they not there.
because they're not there.
But you wouldn't move.
No, it'll be done.
Dang.
It'll be
Well,
done.
thankfully, she chose the local route.
Oh, I'm so thankful. I'm probably a much better person because of it.
Oh, gosh. We could have seen a single coupe out here. I would have been nervous.
I would have been nervous for y'all.
But I guess the reason I ask is because it seems like the mindset in regards to like next steps in relationships aren't as not serious, but like it's not as much of a big deal anymore.
I think it is something to do with mindset because I challenge the idea, like, if you didn't have to be so responsibility driven and you were able to live a little bit carefree, would you have to be so intentional?
Right.
Could you literally just enjoy your life? You can look at it as one way, like he has to provide for it, or it's a free flight. It's a free trip.
Sit there back.
She go back, and the pressure is not on him because he's already established wherever he's at. She's the one uprooting her. So to him, it's
Did
probably
nobody tell you to move here?
that's fact. That's her.
So is your I guess the hang up or the issue for you, is it more so that he's not as serious about moving out there, or is it on like the woman's behalf, like thinking about like what does that look like for her?
I guess I'm just thinking about like what does that look like for somebody to uproot their life? Because I've also seen bad scenarios where it's happened, where people have followed like a significant other like overseas because they're in the military, and then they out here in this new country and it done hit the fan, and there's no type
Support
of like
system.
support.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to navigate those type of
So whose
situations.
fault is this?
That's her fault.
For following love?
Oh, guys,
Yes.
we got a feminist over here.
Am I a feminist because
Hey, live in your truth.
I'm saying that's her. I mean, that's not his responsibility.
you're saying that if she is fully aware of the decision that she's making,
Right.
and she understands the implications of that decision.
I think
Correct.
the onus
She
falls on.
should.
I feel like the onus falls on both people. Like,
Right.
they're both in a relationship. They both know what they're doing. They both have to agree. She wasn't forced to fly out here.
Right.
So as long as they both agree, whatever reason that it doesn't work out. Now there's probably multiple factors why it may not work out. But like if they both agree on it, then it's just like trial and error.
That's what I think. I think with Dante, a big thing is he doesn't like the
error.
the error or the
trial.
Hold on. What y'all not about to do is be speaking for me like I ain't right here.
I'm talking about
What you mean I don't like the error?
in general, because I'll be like, I'm very much so. Let's go ahead and mess up.
Hey, so you know what? Some people, and that's the argument for some people living together beforehand, because in their mind they're like, when I live with you, I get to see who you really are, and
Right.
then we know if it's gonna work out or not.
But imagine spending all this time and then it not working out. Let's go ahead and see what's gonna happen, type thing. That's how I view it.
And look at Coop.
And look at me now.
That's true. And look at Coop now. I guess I need to just revisit the conversation and be like, hey, bro, I feel you.
Yeah, you need to look into your level of reservations. Like, why are you trying to project your reservations on somebody else?
Am I projecting?
Yeah.
I probably am.
Dante's a projector.
Feminist projector.
I don't know, man. I just be like, y'all be moving like it's just ain't no repercussions.
They just living life, dog.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess it's the gravity of the consequences in this particular situation.
Yeah, I think that a lot, a lot could go right, but a lot could go wrong as well.
It's what you're choosing to focus on.
I guess is what I'm choosing to focus on. So maybe his mindset, he's focusing on so many things could go right. Like we could build this life together and things could go well, and maybe I'm focusing on the other.
I mean, also, bro, if he's long distance, it's like just like Coop said, he don't want to be in a long distance relationship. So you'd rather have your significant other
With you.
in the same city. As
That's
you,
true.
So it's like if we are at a point where we can just make it work in the same city, just fly on out here, or vice versa. I guess it depends on who has maybe the more stable job, or the more stable, more resources, or whatever it may be. But
So I've heard of people moving to a new city and getting their own spot. And continuing to date, and to me, that is kind of a direction to go in, because it makes sure that ain't nobody, for lack of better words, assed out
If something happens.
if things go wrong. And so I've seen and heard of people like uprooting their life, moving to a new city, but also kind of establishing their own things, because if this doesn't work out,
that's almost
we're
like.
good.
It's almost like going there with the expectation that it's not going to work out.
Yeah,
Because
your
otherwise,
conversation sounds very apprehensive.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
'cause-
unsure.
because otherwise, like I would rather just like if y'all are both moving to a new city, I'd rather just stay together, because one, we're gonna cut cost,
Yes.
and if it don't work out, then that person can just get another spot. There's nothing to change that. It like
Who decides who stays in spot and who leaves?
I mean,
in
that's
spot?
something y'all can discuss. When y'all
Yeah, see, boys. Yeah.
But
Boys
it
was
was-
thinking about that at the
spot.
end.
It's his spot right now. She's moving into his spot,
That's true.
so she can move out of his spot.
Dang, ladies.
But I'm saying, if,
Ladies, you heard it here first. Make sure you get your apartment fixed.
But I commend her for going all in.
You know what? And some would say, they're going all in. I wish them the best of luck, bro. And I brought it up because I know at least probably 3 or 4 people right now who are kind of going through similar situation. Either it wasn't long distance and them and their significant other decided to move in together, but there hasn't been like a finality of like we're getting married or anything like that. So, hey king, hey queen, I love that for y'all.
Godspeed, good luck, whatever. Yeah, bro. But I wanted to talk to y'all about something also. So y'all know I listen to a lot of Dave Ramsey, right?
Oh God, Dave Ramsey just be charging people up. Why do you have a home? You can't afford a home.
You are broke.
You should be living in your car.
Do you have debt?
You should be living in your car because you can't afford to have a home.
Yeah, bro. But a lot of people call up. Like one particular call, this lady called up basically, and she was like, yeah, my dad is in a situation where he's in a house, he can no longer afford it. So I've been paying like half the rent or half the mortgage for him or whatever, but I don't see this being sustainable long term, right? And Dave Ramsey, his approach was basically, you should have never did that. Like if your parents can't sustain their lifestyle, they need to downsize. That's not your responsibility,
Right.
To help your parents in that type of way. And basically, Dave Ramsey says, he's like, you don't owe your parents anything.
Like cutthroat.
Is that how?
So my question is, what do you owe your parents?
Wow. I am just the total opposite.
What you mean?
I'm the total opposite, bro. The entire like lens of how I've lived my adulthood has been based on like helping my mom. And the crazy thing is, even it was almost nostalgic being in New York City because a part of me was like, dang, I could have been in New York. The reason that I didn't go to New York was because in that season, my mom was financially wasn't in the best situation.
Right.
And for me, I decided to stay in Texas because I wanted to assist her as best as I could. And so it just financially didn't make sense for me to be so far away and not be able to help. So when it came down to me picking a school to go to, it was like, okay, if I go to this school in New York, I could take out all these loans. I would have to be here, but have to get a job immediately.
Right.
So I could send money home to my mom. And ultimately, I decided that that's not what I wanted to do because I would be too far from home. So then I stayed local. I went to community college for a year while living at home, paying half the bills. And then even when I transferred to UTA, my refund checks, I would give literally 50% of my refund check to my mom
To help out.
to pay bills while I was living in a whole nother apartment in like Arlington. And I felt like it was something that I needed to do because I've seen my mom sacrifice so much for me
you.
as a kid.
So hindsight's 2020. Life is your best teacher. Would you tell your younger self to do the same thing, or would you change how you went about it at all?
I'm gonna be honest. The only thing that I would do differently is I would do the same thing. The only thing I would do differently is I wouldn't have taken out loans. I would have just worked a full-time job while in college. And that would have probably changed, not probably, it would have changed my social experience in college. Like I definitely probably wouldn't have been around as much. I would have been like a commuter student.
That would have been drastic.
It would have been,
Bro, like, do you think that would be that's not a slight change. That would change your whole.
That's what I'm saying. It would have changed
It's
my
not
whole.
necessarily a change. You're really doubling down on your opinion.
Yeah.
You're saying I would help my mother
More.
even more.
Yeah, but I would have loans. Well, 'cause what I'm saying is, bro, what I'm saying is I wouldn't, the only thing I regret is helping her using loan money. I would have rather just helped with
Your own money.
like with my own money.
Dang, bro.
And so
That's
I would have still helped. I just
Yeah,
would've
so
helped with a
your
full-time
approach
job.
your approach wouldn't have changed, but the way you would about it maybe have changed.
No, I'm still helping moms.
But I feel like Dave Ramsey, what he's trying to say there is that by owing your parents, it can hinder you, right?
Yeah.
Like at any point, do you feel like that hindered, because the way in which you helped your mom, do you feel like that hindered your who you are, like your
Growth or your potential?
what was possible?
I don't know. I mean, that could potentially so. I choose not to focus on. I choose not to focus on that aspect of it. I could sit here and be sad about not being able to go to school in New York.
It's okay,
or
talk
like,
it through, King.
I could sit here and and feel some kind of way, but also I believe you know, as a man of faith, that all things work together for my good.
Come on.
So although I didn't necessarily get to go to school in New York and do all these things, if I would have done that, I wouldn't have met y'all. I wouldn't have met Olivia.
You might have met better versions of us.
Did I get the short end of this thing? Oh my God.
Let us find out those are really tears on Dante's shirt in New York.
Tears. I could have New York. I could have been the one jumping on stage with Alicia and JP.
Little mama.
I could have been
me in the studio.
I could have been Little Mama. No, bro, but yeah, like for real, I don't regret it because I think a part of me just always feels like, and maybe this is me coming from a single parent home. A part of me always just feels like I owe my mom
Something.
Yeah, like it's always, and it's still to this day, it's still something that I think about. In fact, bro, no lie, my mama birthday card every year, I used to always put in it, you know, one day I'm gonna give you the world. I had to quit putting it in there because it's taking me a little long. It's taking me a little longer than I thought it would take. I started when I was young. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get by 25 the world. I'm gonna give it a world.
Yeah.
The world got bigger.
In the world, inflation. So I quit putting it. But yeah, I don't regret my decision at all.
What's your thoughts, JJ?
I think of it in terms of like, so for me, I'm blessed right now where my parents are good financially. So it doesn't really apply for me in this moment, or even kind of how Dante, you know, vocalized it. But I think about it like longevity and like long term, like thinking about, you know, as they get older, what does that look like, right? So even if like now or in the future they are struggling with finances, or maybe if it's not even finances, right? Like let's say it's health or something like that. I think that is an interesting word. I would say like I do feel obligated to help them out, because especially if I have the means. Like if I have the means, like definitely, like if y'all, because of everything that y'all provided for me, the way in which y'all poured out love and you know, your provision and everything for me, I feel like I wanted to return that same level of love and show my gratitude in that way. I think it becomes challenging whenever it starts to take away from, you know, your current life and like what you can do. So it sounds like in that situation, she was struggling to make a decision. Like her dad is financially struggling to pay for a house, but she's also struggling financially. Like, what do you do at that point, right? I think, I mean, for me, I would say, yeah, I still would try to help my parents. Like, I still feel that obligation, that tug, that pull to be like, I'm gonna try to do what I can to help y'all. It would be hard for me to see my parents struggling and me not do anything.
Right. Even so, you'll steal from your future to pay for their present.
Come on, man. We ain't put it like that.
I mean,
I think you should mind your business.
I ain't say Dave said it.
I think you should mind your business.
What you're doing. I mean, you steal it from.
I wouldn't steal from my future I would rework my present to change my future and change their future. I would just have to rework my future, my present. So me approaching it how I am now, maybe not having them in consideration like that, I would have to rework to see how can I have that same future, but also help them in their future.
Okay. JB, any thoughts?
I mean, I'm also blessed with financially sound parents, but I tend to, I guess, go to the other side of the fence. Me and my sister have this debate with my parents all the time, but as far as like, y'all made these choices, like both my parents are very financially sound, like very upper middle class per se. So y'all made these choices to bring us into the world and like present us with these high value educations and all that type of stuff, because that's what y'all prepared for. Right. So I expect y'all to keep that same energy throughout the tenure of your life.
Not you holding them accountable. Not you holding them accountable.
Essentially, like, ultimately, granted, we haven't seen like a rainy day type thing. So it's like, okay, y'all are good financially, and y'all are going to continue to grow financially. So now, ultimately, we are your legacy. So your finances, ultimately, unless you plan to just blow it all, are coming to my sister and I. Right. So you can make the choice to give it to us now, or you would hold on to it to you.
So Justin, you feel a sense of obligation,
entitlement.
I love the honesty. It's the honesty for me.
I love it. I love it too. Coop, do you share that sentiment?
I'm on the fence. I'm very much on the fence.
Well, we know you like fences.
I'm not.
Get on the other side. Get on the other side.
I'm down to help my parents as long as it's not
Stealing from your future.
exactly. If it's, I'm not going to put myself in a bad situation to help somebody out, regardless.
Even the parentals?
No, that's not my responsibility.
Talking about adults.
Yeah, it's not my responsibility.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, as a child, in my eyes, as a child, you're supposed to be a cheerleader for your parents. You're not a coach. They the coach. I think if you at that point, it's dysfunction.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people.
Doctor, what's up?
I think. Oh, I'm not trying to.
Who's the coach?
Am I being too strong? I think it's dysfunction. It makes a dysfunctional relationship. The dynamic is off if you are the one parenting your parents type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you can give them advice, but it's not your responsibility to pull them out of a bad situation.
Does that principle apply the same with health, or is that strictly financial?
I think it's different with health, because even with Dave, he was like, as long as your parents are able to work and they're able to, they're mentally there and everything, they should be able to create a lifestyle that they can sustain themselves. Yeah. It's not your responsibility to lift their lifestyle up higher than the lifestyle they provided for themselves. Basically.
Okay, so we're talking in this scenario, all able-bodied parents.
Yes, help aside, but
okay,
I would also slightly throw health in there too. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Like, to Coop's point about like coaching type thing. Like if your parents have brought you up with the same principles and internet and like resources that we have, are like how to live healthy.
Right.
They taught you how to live healthy.
Right.
They in themselves choose not to live healthy.
That's
and
a choice.
It affects them. Mm-hmm. Now, if we're talking about like maybe undiagnosed disease, something really just happened. Something unforeseen. Mm-hmm. But in reality, we're not talking about unforeseen things.
Right.
Especially things that fall into our
community.
Our community is not unforeseen. We grew up watching it.
Right.
We saw you
do this. That's gonna happen.
Y'all seen soul food. Yes. Your arm.
So putting that out there, like there's a level.
So.
Big Mama's arm.
Shut up. So I think, I think this is something that I just struggle with just in general, because even this week we had a situation with my mom. My mom is, I think she's a baseline of always just kind of not feeling the best, right? Like not feeling good. And so what ends up happening is there'll be moments where she'll be like, I'm not feeling good. I want to, I need to go to the ER, like the emergency room. Mm-hmm. And so I have to like get up, middle of the day, middle of the night, go take her to the emergency room. And one of the things that I guess that I struggle with is a lot of the times they'll, run tests and they'll be like, we don't see anything that is wrong. And so that just leads me to believe that it's not anything necessarily wrong, is that you just not taking care of yourself the way you should be taking care of yourself. Right. So when she went this time, the doctor was just like, well, ma'am, from the stuff that you're experiencing, you might just be dehydrated.
Right.
Hey, so the crazy thing is, I get on my mom all the time, like, yo, you need to drink more water. Like, I ain't saying you gotta only drink water, right? But like, you need to drink the water right now. You need to drink more water. Like, quit drinking, as much soda and juice and
ginger
stuff like
ale.
that.
Hey, ginger ale.
First of all, ginger ale heals.
Soda is a staple.
Ginger ale heals.
I have a headache. Let me get some ginger ale. I broke my leg. Let me get some ginger ale.
But I kind of reached a moment where I was just a little bit frustrated, and I got home, and Olivia was like, she was really, really concerned about my mom, and she was like, why aren't you as concerned? And I said, Strib, you get to a certain point where it doesn't matter how much you want somebody to get it. If they're not going to get it, then you have to just release that.
If life can't teach them, you think you can?
And so I can see how somebody would feel the same way about money. Mm-hmm. I'm a little different when it comes to money, though, because I've always felt like I've seen my mom work as a single mother, and that always has been like a driving force. So in my mind, I'm like, you worked hard to provide a lifestyle for me that you didn't, like, you worked above, like hard and over what you could have done to provide a life for me. So I want to provide that same life. But
it's definitely a thing. And even like, what they say recently, it cost $300,000 to raise a child.
Raise a child.
Boy.
Yep.
That you feel that's the average. Let's not talk about private school and all these other things, or them paying for your college.
I was more expensive.
But on the flip side, so like we talk about, so I was at the pool party trying to talk with people about it, right? So it's me and a black guy talking, and that's very much a part of a black experience. Like at some point, one of your parents might need some money. Like I feel like that's normal. Y'all have never experienced that, maybe?
Yeah, no, I haven't, but
No, I asked my parents.
but I also feel like my parents would not come to me for that. They would try to figure out what they need to do.
So they didn't have to
Like
come
that.
to you.
To your point, I was raised from a standpoint that that's their responsibilities. They would
Right.
never put that responsibility on me. Because then it would be dysfunction.
Right.
Because that's their role is the coach. Their role is the parent.
Right.
If they're asking me for money, like, then that goes against the values and like the principles they essentially established.
Installed it. Okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I was talking to a black guy at the pool party. We're talking, and then a white guy walks up, and then I'm talking to him about it. I was like, "So what do you think you owe your parents?" He's like, "What are you talking about, man?"
They owe me.
He's like, "I've never even thought about it. I've never had to do anything."
Wow. It's just like you say, it's a different experience.
Right, but I would encourage us just as black people, because we talk about breaking generational curses and breaking all these other chains and stuff like that. I think this is a thing that has held a lot of people back for generations. Like everybody's, not everybody, obviously, but I feel like for generations, people have been stealing from their future to pay for people's present. And I think that's something that should stop. So
Yeah.
I know it's a difficult thing, because you feel that responsibility. Like you don't want to see your parents in a bad place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you also don't want to put yourself in a bad place.
I think it's like, so in me, I'm thinking like, right, you used the analogy of coaching. What was the coaching a student or something like that? Like you can provide the means, but just like a parent, like if you have a kid, right, you can provide the means, but you're not teaching the child anything if you're just giving them the solution every time.
Right.
But if you can kind of try to also, I guess in that situation, if you got to teach your parents, if you got to like educate them on how do you steward your finances better, so that way you're not in the situation, you're not having this reoccurring issue where you coming to me for money.
Right.
This is your current situation. How can we educate our community from a standpoint that says, all right, this is how you steward finances. This is how you steward your health. These are the things that maybe y'all weren't taught from y'all's generation,
right,
that we have knowledge of. This is something I can give you, and this is where that boundary is. Like now it's on
boundaries.
It's on you. Yeah. It's on you now to take this information and do something with it. Because I'm not going to continue to provide the solution.
Right.
But I think you got to be able to have something that allows you to justify a no.
Right.
Right. And your boundary is going to be key.
Right.
Because otherwise, there's going to be the same thing every time. Because now you're the out.
Right.
Same thing like a kid coming to the parent. If Justin know he can go to his parents and ask for money and they gonna give him money every time,
he's gonna keep doing it
every time.
Yo.
And he will.
And
let me be very clear, bro. This is not me.
No.
This is not me dissing parents that need assistance or ask for assistance. I compliment you because obviously the goal of each generation is to get better. And if your kids are in a position where they are able to help you financially, you did your job as a parent. Congratulations.
So I will say, I think that you have to find that fine line. I've also seen unhealthy situations where parents feel like you should do it.
Right.
Like it's the
and
least,
that's the problem.
it's the
And
least
that's the problem.
that you can do. And I think that is when it becomes dysfunctional because it's almost like,
I will push back on that.
You think it's dysfunctional from the jump?
Yeah, I think that anytime the roles are reversed, it's dysfunctional. I think you may have you may be more cognizant.
By definition, he's right. JJ's right because the function of a parent is to raise a child.
Yeah, the only difference in this scenario is one you're aware and one you're not. It's like it's controversial.
Doctor, you good?
Let me shut up then, because clearly, let me shut up then.
You were saying?
No. Y'all don't want me to make my point. No. It's all dysfunction to
Hey, bro.
I was just gonna say I've seen how frustrating it can be as somebody. So think about it like this: you know, for this may not be the story for a lot of people, but for a lot of us who are like considered first generation college students, you're coming out of school and you are making significantly more than what your parent made.
Or you should be.
Or you should be. That may not always be the truth. That may not always be the truth. But you're coming out and you're making significantly more than your parents had. And so for a parent, I can see how it can be like, well, I did all I could to get you to this point. To a certain extent, like, if I need some cash, you should be able to help me. I'm not saying that they should. I don't think it should never be an obligation, like a you have to.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, like you don't have a choice. But I have seen situations where it's almost like you don't have a choice. And the argument is, well, I raised you with less than what you make.
Appreciate
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I've seen parents be like, well, you know, I raised 3 kids on my salary.
And whose choice was that?
I'm just saying, King.
I didn't ask to be here.
I'm just saying. So their argument is you know, you are making significantly more than that. It's just, let's say it's just you. You should be able to help when there's a need.
I mean,
But what if I want to have 3
You know
kids?
that. You know what the problem is with that argument? You trying to guilt trip me into doing what you want me to do. That's manipulative.
Yeah, I mean, and I think to a certain extent it makes it makes you. I think to a certain extent it doesn't allow you to fully live and
Your life.
your life, because if essentially, you know, for a long time I've always kind of thought about, I need to always have some kind of money more. That I can put to the side to give my mom if she ever needs it.
And that's the idea. Yes, that's the purpose of. That's the only reason I want a lot of money. I want a lot of money so when somebody needs something, I'm able to help them,
Right.
and not put myself out. I'm sorry, but in a lot of situations, people
put yourself out.
You're putting yourself out to help somebody else, and that's not what you're supposed to be doing.
Woo! This is a tough one. Y'all know, just like many things, when life gets tough, I avoid. Time for the soundbite of the week.
Soundbite of the week.
Hit us with it, Coop.
A tree is still a tree, even when it's just a seed.
I know what that was inspired by. Okay, cool. Say that. Run that back again.
A tree is still a tree, even when it's just a seed.
What does that mean?
So the tree is still there. People might not see the potential or see what you are going to be, but you need to know that, you know, you have the potential to.
It's already in you.
It's already there.
That's
You got
good.
everything you need.
You got everything you need to be a tree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been watching Bernie. I've been watching Bernie
Chair is
Mac.
still a chair. Even when there's no one sitting there. Okay. Guys, well, we appreciate y'all listening to this episode.
I'm interested to see what they think about that topic.
That
though.
topic, I don't know, man. That
no.
was a little heavy. I paid for therapists for this.
Now you ain't got to pay.
But I guess my soundboard, that's what y'all here for.
We're here for.
You can pay that stuff.
You know, I just love the fact that I can just see how other people live on the other side. I mean, nobody wants to like live their lives only thinking about them, right? Hey guys, man, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all tapping into this week's episode of the Soundboard Podcast. Remember, we are building a community and we want you to be a part of it. If you do not follow us on social media, what are you doing? We are on IG at the Soundboard Podcast. That's where we post about show happenings. That's where we post about topics, and sometimes we post a question of the week.
I think we got one this week.
I think we have one this week as well. So we're going to be posting on the IG page. Please follow that. Also, guys, if you are on Spotify or listening to this on Apple Podcasts and you have not left us a review, we would really appreciate it if you did. That's how other people find out about our show. And also, guys, if you thought this episode was valuable, if you thought there was insight, or even if you just enjoyed laughing with us on the couch, we want you to share this with a friend, man. So please share this with somebody. It's your boy Dante. You can follow me at Dante Speaks Life. That's DONTAE Speaks Life.
And this is Coop. You can find me at thisiscoop_.
Hey, you can find your boy JJ_Jeremy J.
All things Big KJB at Just a Fiasco.
And we out.
Peace.
Y'all entitled.